I have a theory. I think we get grumpy as we get older. Would you agree with that? A couple of you are shaking your head no. That's because you're the grumpy ones. You don't get it. Problem is, we like to out-negative one another. You ever notice this? Somebody comes up and goes, man, I've had this cold for a week. I had a cold for 7 years once. Where does that come from, right? But so I think what happens is we get negative as we get older. But here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. You don't get there on your own. You didn't just wake up one day and go, I'm going to be grumpy from now on. You actually were groomed to be like this. You don't realize this. You were trained to be this way. And you are training children to be that way now. But here's how it worked. Think back with me for a minute. Just go back to when you were a child and you were in class at school and somebody laughed at the wrong time. Or you were at the dinner table at home and somebody laughed at the wrong time. Or, Lord forbid, you were in church and somebody laughed at the wrong time. Do you remember those little negative phrases that you would hear from adults when somebody laughed at the wrong time? What were some of those phrases? Give me an example. What are some of those phrases you heard? What's that? This is not the time or place, right? Just like that. Did they ever tell you when or where? No, just not right now. Not right here. Never told you when or where. Never told you how to do that, right? What else did you hear? Give me another example. That was rude. Absolutely. What else? Shh. What was that?
Wait till later.
Wait till later. Wait till your father comes home. That was the one I always heard, right? Right? Did you ever hear this one? That's not funny. A child is laughing. Clearly it is funny, right? And then there's the one, will you please act your age? Would you please grow up? Or finish this sentence for me. Wipe that smile. You all heard it. And what'd they tell you if you made a face? Educated adults told us if we make a face, it will freeze like that for the rest of our lives. Do you know, I've looked into this. There's no research to back this up. I don't know where this came from. So I think what happened was we started to see the world negative. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about that. I heard a teacher one day, she called down a little boy. She called down a little boy in her class and because he was making a face. And she went up to him and she said, you know, when I was a little girl, my mother told me if I made a face like that, it would stick. And the little boy looked up and said, well, you can't say you weren't warned. So here's what happens. Our brains sort of subconsciously got the message. Here's the message we got. And I think we can see this happening is we got the message that if you want to be an adult, if you want to be responsible, if you want to be successful, if you want to be respected by other adults, you need to grow up. You need to act your age. You need to stop goofing off, stop being silly. You know, act like an adult. That's what we're told. And see, here's the problem with that. When we tell people that, or when we learn that, or when we hear that, unfortunately then, the message our brain gets is that the goal in life is seriousness. It appears that then the goal is seriousness. The goal in life is not seriousness. The goal in your work is not seriousness. None of you work for a healthcare organization where your mission is to be the most serious provider of healthcare services in our community. You would get no business if that was your goal, right? No, it's about quality, right? It's all about, what you do is about quality. You are double checking quality in much of what you do. It's about excellence. It's not about seriousness.